All right, this is David Brox with Coach Gonzales at Harmon High School. How you doing, Coach? Give us a little bit of a rundown of the early season practices and games you guys have played so far.
Okay. We're 1-2 on the season right now. We just got done completing the Eudora Invitational. We lost to Eudora, and we lost to Harrisonville, and then we finished up with a win against Wellsville. We have one more game before break. We play a league game at Wyandotte Thursday night, so we need to have a good week of practices and try to get that so we can go into Christmas break feeling good about ourselves. Two gentlemen I have with me today, to my right, Lorenzo Cheatham is a senior, has been with us all 4 years. And then to my left is Brendan Hill, also a senior, and he's been with us all 4 years as well.
So, Coach, talk a little bit about the importance, or if there is an importance at all for you from a coaching point of view of being able to play in an early season tournament.
Yeah, it's huge. I like playing in tournaments to get 3 games in 1 week. You're trying to find out what your team's going to be. You have an idea of what you want, but you really need those games to kind of figure out the identity of your team. This Eudora tournament has gotten really tough. There's some good teams in there. Obviously, you always want to win a tournament, but we tell these guys, hey, if we can't win, we always want to go 2-1. You know, I don't care if we take 5th place or 2nd place. To get 2 wins out of a tournament is good. We came up a little short with that, going 1-2. But like I said, there are some tough teams. Eudora, they're missing a top 50 guy in the country, and they're still good. Truman was in that. They're good. Olathe Northwest is good. And then a team from our area, Bonner Springs, they ended up winning the tournament, and they're really good too. So, we were a little disappointed that we went 1-2, but it's early in the year, and we're trying to feel some stuff out, get a rotation down. We're still trying to get a lineup down also. We started 3 different lineups, which is fine. So it was a good test for us.
Lorenzo, talk a little bit about the early season from a player perspective, first three games and being a leader on the team and how you think you guys look so far.
The first 3 games, like, as me being a senior, like, the progress that we have over the past years that I've been there, like, we actually look like a real good team this year. We all understand what we want and what we need to do to actually do something to lead and do something if we want to go to state and win. And, like, we just know that we got to actually play defense, because sometimes our defense can be a little bit sluggish, and then we can actually pick it up, but we can't turn it on and turn it off when we want to. That's something that you always got to leave on as a team, and we just all got to have the team chemistry.
Mr. Hill, talk a little bit about, well, I guess my question is, getting 3 games under your belt from one of the, being one of the leaders, what were you most pleased with?
With your team playing the tournament, Lorenzo just talked about the defensive side, but anything else you can think of anything else you can think of that you guys need to work on as you progress through the season?
Well, I believe that we need to work on getting our team chemistry better a little bit. But the first game, we did real good with knocking down our threes. And then the last game, we did real good with our defense. So, basically, that's it.
So talk a little bit about Coach. I was talking about him on Twitter a little bit. You guys scored 88 points, and he only wanted to talk about the 4 charges a young man took. Talk a little bit about that philosophy Coach has of preaching defense and focusing on that side of the ball.
Well, he wants us to start taking more charges because we're not like a blocking team. We don't really want to get blocked. But he wants us to take more charges because that's a turnover for them and a foul for them, and then we get the ball back. So, yeah, that's it.
So 88 points, Coach. Is that philosophy-wise, you guys trying to get up and down this year, or just kind of a symptom of the game that you got or the opponent?
We've kind of stressed that I don't know how great of a half-court team we are. Right now we struggle a little bit in the half-court. Eudora kind of made it a half-court game, and we only scored 48 points. Harrisonville made it a half-court game. We scored about 42 or 43. So we've kind of stressed we've got to get some offense out of our defense. And we really did that our last game against Wellsville. We picked it up defensively. We did a little 1-2-2 half-court trap, and we we really got our hands in the passing lane, got our hands on a lot of balls that led to some easy baskets. And we've kind of stressed to these guys, usually the team that gets more easy baskets in a game is going to win. Yeah, 88 points. I don't know how much we'll do that this year. We also added a couple players that game that we didn't have the first game, and so we had a little bit more depth. But it was nice to see. Anytime you score 88 points, you should be okay.
Just talk a little bit about that depth. You know, we knew a couple guys from last year, and we got some new faces this year. So talk about some of those other guys that you expect to play key roles on this year's team.
Okay. We have another senior that's not with us today, Irvin Carson. He's our point guard. He was our point guard last year. We have another senior, Jacarius Williams. He did not play in the Eudora tournament, was dealing with some issues off the court. We're going to have him back next week. So we're getting a little bit more depth with our team. Our very first game, we took 8 guys over there, only played 6, and one was a little 5'4" freshman. So, but we're going to eventually play about 8 or 9 guys. These seniors provide really good leadership along with Irvin. And then our junior class is really good. They're really deep. We've got Dravante Tiller, Philip Cowens, Braylon Johnson, Kamahu Sales, and I could be missing a couple other people. But, it's early right now, but looking at our stats, we've got 6 guys averaging from 11 points to 6 points. So we're pretty balanced scoring right now.
Over the years, we talked about it on the side, maybe not publicly, about the challenges and stuff you've had with players with eligibility and being able to stay on the court. Talk about the testament to these players that have been able to stay in the program for 4 years, stick with you and be able to hopefully find some success in their senior year.
Yeah. These 2 guys we've never really had to worry about grade-wise. I don't want to talk too much about our district policy, but it's just laziness really in the classroom. It's not that hard to pass your classes, and I understand. I was 16, 17 years old at one point. I can procrastinate at times with the best of them, but it's all a procrastination thing, and but a lot of these guys want to just turn it on at the last minute in the classroom, and you can't do that. You can't do that on the floor either. You can't just all of a sudden work on your game 2 weeks before the first game. So, it's unfortunate that we have to stress that a lot about the classroom, but they're 16, 17-year-old kids, and that's what coaching high school is all about.
All right, it's for any of the players to answer this, but Harmon's not too far removed from being at state and doing really well there. So from you guys' perspective, how often do you guys talk about that? And of course, that's a goal of a lot of teams is to get to state. But coming from a program that's been there recently, from a player side, how does that feed you guys at all?
It gave us a lot of confidence. Like before the season started, going into our summer league, we wanted to win. We wanted to take lead and respect all the teams, but we probably think we're the better team right now. And then we also want to go to state because we went during the state games. We went to go watch them play. We had to see what state was like, and we all wanted to be there. Ever since last year, that was our main goal, was to actually go to state and bring something home because we haven't been there in a minute, so we wanted to bring something back.
Coach, just kind of finished up talking about how you think you guys stack up in the league this year and kind of what your goals are.
Our goals at the beginning of the year were to have a winning season. The last 2 years, we haven't had a winning season. My first 3 years at Harmon, we did. So we're trying to get back to having a winning season. We want to challenge for a league title, and we want to get to the state tournament. I don't know if I've told these guys, it's been a long time since we've won a league title at Harmon. It's actually been 1989, and that was a shared title. You got to go all the way back to 1981. Since Harmon has won a league title outright. And if we could pull that off, I'd be so happy for the kids. But our league, I think, is I would say it's a toss-up, but you throw out a lot of records when it's league play, and all these guys know each other, and they pick it up another notch during league games. I really think it's anyone's to grab. Really, Washington's kind of been the dominant team the last 3 years. They might come a little bit back to the pack. I could be wrong. They lost some key players. I think Schlegel's going to be really good. They got 2 really good players in Brooks and Jordan Young. But I think if we play well, if we play defense and we stay together as a team, we can challenge any of those teams.
You guys are at Wyandotte or at home?
Wyandotte Thursday night, yeah.
At Wyandotte. Okay. All right, Coach. Wish you the best and good luck the rest of the way. Thanks for coming
Hey,
out.
I want to thank you for putting this on and all the hard work you guys do, not just through basketball season, but football and the whole year. These guys really appreciate it, and I appreciate it too.
Absolutely. Good luck.
Thank you.